So, yes, you can. You can do anything. Yes, you can. Oh. All right, well, we have finished up the Storm the Bluffs 17-kilometer trail race today. Excellent weather. You know, the trails were in really good shape. You know, they were fairly dry and absolutely gorgeous. Give you some thoughts about kind of the race and how things went. I'm glad we're doing this now because, you know, I usually forget kind of all the details. First of all, I want to give a huge shout out to a friend of mine who came out to support me in seeing me off, actually. She was originally scheduled to run the 5K and unfortunately got injured, and she's smarter than me, and she decided to hold off on this race, you know, heal up, and she'll be back. I saw her when I was warming up there, just kind of jogging around, and it was just so good to see her. You know, really lifted my spirits. You know, when I found out that she wasn't going to run the race, you know, it hit me deep, man. You cut me deep. But I'm glad you were there. You know who you are. So thank you so much for your support and showing up. You'll be out there to kick my butt next time. Don't you worry. You know, these small races are just so much fun. The first 3/4 of a mile was a fairly decent climb on a gravel road that kind of led into a bit more of a rockier service road that, you know, I have a tendency to, from the gun, go out way too hard, way too fast, and then I hit the wall at some point, and then lo and behold, you know, whatever, you get into that survival mode. So I really try, okay, and then the other thing about, and this may not always apply, but for me, it's in my experience, especially for some of these trail runs, typically you can kind of see the hills coming, right? Like, you know that there's some work that's about to have to be done to get up this thing, versus like a slow, insidious, you know, 4 or 5% that just kind of, you know, it doesn't hit you until it's too late. This one, you know, you see it coming, you can prepare for it, you know it's going to hurt, and so you just kind of steady yourself, control your pace, control your breathing, and just dive in. I was running with a pack kind of towards the front, and you know, we were just kind of working together, going up that little hill there. Got to the top, there's, you know, oh my gosh, these volunteers at these races, guys, are phenomenal. Oh my goodness, my hats are off to them. Have one of those super awesome people at the top of this climb telling us which way to go. And then I would say overall, that was probably one of the more aggressive climbs, which is nice because it was right away. You know, we just got it done. The energy was still good. Peaked over this thing, and it kind of flattened out for a while, up and down again on this service road, and then eventually it kind of branched off. So things kind of smoothed out. You know, this lady that passed me, we you know, we were definitely pulling each other along. We were working together. We got to a point, this course started to switch back onto itself. A lot of tight turns, a lot of single track. And the other thing, because the leaves have fallen in Minnesota, the single track was completely covered in leaves, and I'm not brave enough to be running in the middle of that. So I was up on the sides, really, where it was a little bit squishier and a little bit at an angle. But was able to see it, so can prepare for the footing there. Fortunately, did not have any footing issues at that point. Seeing this lady switching back and forth, we kept on having little peekaboo sights of each other, and I kind of latched onto her as like the person that was going in front of me, and just as long as I keep her in my sights, then I know I'm good. And that became extra important when we started to double back on other people that were running the same race. They were kind of getting into view, so it was a little confusing. We should see the Strava map, and it's just basically all ribbon candy style on top of each other. She told me this later on in the race. She's like, I kept on seeing you, and I was sure you're gonna pass me, and I got a chuckle out of that. That was never my plan. We were running at a decent pace. I was working hard, she was working hard. So there's really no point in passing. Hung in there, and then kind of played tag team with that service road again. So kind of closing the race up here. We finished up on a service road, and then there was a split where the bikers went straight, and then the runners went to the right. And we at this point were kind of coming down the switchbacks. You can kind of see the valley. You got some views that we were up pretty high, and then that we were coming down low. And so at some point that should open up to kind of that start-finish area. So this is maybe mile 9 or so. Progress comes to an absolute halt because this little path that they had us go down became this almost like stone steps going down. So pulling the caution card out, decided to watch the footing, slow down, like toe tap where I could, just to try to get to the next big, official step days. And my wife will tell you that I am not great at all going downhill. Be it running downhill or hiking downhill or any sort of downhill, I am not good at downhill at all. I almost fall on my butt every time. Fortunately, did not. Not today. Today was not the day to fall on the butt. Eventually, this thing spilled out. You can then all of a sudden, you can see the start, stop. I have this thing about cowbells, and when I hear cowbells, it's like, oh, buddy, it's game on. It's game time. Let's go. And so we heard the cowbells, and then I saw, the checkered flag, and there was like an opportunity to kind of step it out a little bit, kind of going downhill again, but there's a little bit of jumping and leaping and bounding involved. I don't know if they got that on photo or video, but we'll see. And just kind of hightail it through the start stop. And because it was still a downhill, I was moving and grooving, so I just kept the pace going there for a little bit, about 20 yards or so. And I eventually stopped my watch. One of the volunteers comes up to me and says, "Oh yeah, I thought you were just gonna head all the way. You're gonna finish this race and then keep going all the way down the hill back to your car. You should come back. Give me your tab." So I gave him the tab off my bib, and he hooks me up with this sweet metal. There it is. All right, I think it's a bottle opener. First place guy, second place guy, and I don't know the official standings, but I believe I was the third place male overall. That lady that I was, kind of following along with there, I think she was the first place lady. But we'll see the results probably on the website at some point. I don't know, these smaller runs, like, I give grace to their efforts and everything. They're just doing it the best they can. So if we find out our standings and results, that's great. If not, that's cool. That's okay too. So, all right, let's go home, hang out with the family. Maybe stretch out, foam roll a little bit if I can. Get cleaned up, because you know, life doesn't stop. Life does not stop just because, you know, Dad's off running a trail race and stuff. No, it does not. And I believe we're gonna see some Christmas lights today. Heck yeah, man. So I am very grateful for you guys watching. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me. I know it probably wasn't the most the best running vlog, the best racing vlog there is, but you know, I'm working on it here. So thanks for bearing with me, and I appreciate your time and watching up into this point. So yes, you can. You can do anything. Yes, you can. Oh.